Sanmonani and welcome back to another video. This is a review. It is not a full episode, so those who are looking for the full episode, I'm sure there are other YouTubers that do post full episodes. I just don't. But guess back to the episode. Sana kuningi kumele sikhulume ngakho. This is the first episode of Married at First Sight in Mzansi, and I do have to say ukuthi yo Sana, they did set the tone for the rest of the season, because you can tell ukuthi there's gonna be a lot of drama. Firstly, I did notice ukuthi this cast nje season 2 appears to be a little bit older than the previous one, as noma imina yini kuphela who's noticing this, but mhlambe they saw ukuthi maybe we shouldn't look at women who are too young, still, living their best lives. Let's look for like mature women who are, done with the life of grooving and everything like that. But Kesana, both the men and the women appear to be a bit older, more, mature. So hopefully the behavior as well is also mature. I hope we see a lot of sensibility, some consideration for people's feelings, no body shaming, that we saw in the previous season. But I am definitely not holding my breath, because I do notice a few signs from some of the cast members ukuthi engathi nje they are a bit immature for their age and for the show in general, because guys, they sign up to get married to strangers, but you find ukuthi abantu have unreasonable expectations ngalama partners abazowathola. So I'm just like, why exactly are you here? That is where I stand. And then secondly, I am so happy nje ukuthi they changed our experts, because your Sana, our cries were heard, because last season I was not impressed at all. But ngiyabona ukuthi Dr. Zenda is still around, so I'm not too disappointed. I do appreciate her opinions, but I feel like in the last season she was holding back. She glossed over a lot of issues that I thought she could have probed further, to find out what the problems the couples were facing. But I did see ukuthi in this episode she actually did clock one of the red flags the guys were talking about, saying that he would make his wife wait 2 months before getting intimate with her. Even though it does come from a good place, Bagiti, but the way he is saying it gives me the ache kancane. It tells me a lot about him. Okay, they are starting this marriage, right off the bat. I said that tone, he is in charge. He's gonna control how this marriage is going to, go. So it is kind of a red flag, even though if be sure Fazane, it would have been understandable. But if a guy is saying it, then it's like, you think twice. Is he saying it for the right reasons? No, he has his own agendas. He's the one who's gonna be, in control of how intimacy is, given and taken in this relationship. So if the woman okay, let's, even though when we take 2 months, let's do 6, is he gonna say yes to that? At the end of the day, they don't know each other. So I do think when it comes to that aspect here, guy no muntu wakhe, I think it could go either way. The girl might be turned on by that, noma abe turned off. So asazi yesibona phambili. But again, now that we can see ukuthi they can have new experts every season, can we do that? Can we have new experts every season until we as viewers are comfortable with saying ukuthi these are the experts that we trust with their opinion, and then can they stay? I don't think everyone is gonna get it right, but zobona how these experts do. Okay, so the episode itself was entertaining and a lot to take in. I felt like that was happening in that episode, both from the women's bachelor party and the guys' bachelor party. I feel like people are more comfortable now that we've seen the first season. People were a bit more tense, holding back, but this season people are not holding back. They are expressing exactly what they are thinking. So that's good on our end, which as viewers we get to know more about what they are thinking, their values, or why exactly are they there. The red flags were definitely there, especially with the women. the guys mhlambe bazositshela a bit more about themselves so we know what's okay. There might be some trauma there, but this season has 4 ladies. 2 women have been married before and 2 have not. Hey, I'm concerned that the ones that have been married bazohluleka ukubekezela, because guys, we know ukuthi emshadweni kuyabekezelwa, whether it's a modern marriage or a traditional marriage. Kunokubekezela nje phakathi, like one person has to compromise more than the other. There's never nje a balance nje of the two. And I feel like because now they've been married before, they are more, in tune with what they want. They are not going to take anything that the man says. They also want to give opinions on decision making. So I'm concerned with are the men actually mature enough and emotionally intelligent enough to deal with women who are independent and successful, G? And I don't want to lie, shame, I'm quite shocked that Portia, out of all the women, she was married for 1 year. Koda, she's still here talking about looks are important emshadweni. Like, girl, why are you here? Why are you here? So for me, that tells me ukuthi lo girl nje uzoba inkinga. She is not there to get married and live a happily ever after life nomuntu wakhe, getting to know that person. She is there to grow her brand and advertise for her future types. That's the vibe I'm getting from her. Goba, why did you sign up to a show where you get to marry a stranger? You don't know what that person is going to look like, what job they're going to be working, but yet you are talking about you want this tall, handsome hunk. No, Jay, I am just not feeling her shame. Out of all the ladies, I think she's the one who should be saying, you know what? Being married for 1 year, I know what mistakes were made in that marriage, and now I'm committed to, making it work this time. But you can tell, Jay, she's just not ready for serious commitment. But Kesana, I know it's too early to say which ladies are my favorites, but I do have to say I love Unelisa no Balisa. Those 2 ladies are just so classy, elegant, calm, collected. You can tell they have that silent power about them. They are secure in themselves. They've been through all the ups and downs of umjolo, and now they want to get married. Upalisa wants to get married again, whilst Unelisa nje usetshelile ukuthi she is done with umjolo, which is good. But I do have to say ukuthi for my girl Unelisa, I do see ukuthi she does have unresolved childhood traumas ngobabu wakhe. I hope that doesn't cause any, major problems, but sizobona. But so far nje, I love them both. Oh my god, I do like her a lot, don't get me wrong, but she's giving me ama vibes kageli nje osathanda ugroova, osathanda nje going out to places, traveling. She's not giving me a lady that's ready to submit to indoda. She's talking about swiping husbands and types and all of that, and I'm just concerned with him. Does she really understand what she got herself into? And lendoda zoyithola, leondoda izokwazi to embrace the type of girl she is. Noma is that man going to try and tame her, which then would result in a breakdown in the marriage, but she doesn't strike me as the type that would want to just right away submit to a man. But she did make a good point when she said, the prettier the woman, the more umgobo that she goes through. And guys, it is so true. And I do hope it's not foreshadowing for the ladies, because men do have a tendency to embarrass women when they see as beautiful as they are, as successful as they are also desperate for marriage. So men will take advantage of that, do everything under the sun to show you know what, you're gonna stay, you're gonna begezela for everything that they do. I'm willing to bet these men themselves, they ask for successful independent women. God, watch them try to turn them into submissive and stay-at-home wives. And if they refuse to be those submissive stay-at-home wives, then they're gonna use that excuse to either get another wife or cheat on them. No manjibe, seven salama excuses to leave the marriage. And speaking of which, guys, I'm just wondering, are unemployed women or self-employed women allowed to enter for the show? If they are allowed, why haven't we seen them? Is it because the men themselves are requesting for independent women, or is it only independent women who are applying for the show? I'm just curious because in the last season we saw uThabang struggle kancane noKhumo because she was not at home most of the time to carry out the wife duties, which was cleaning, cooking, being a wife, because of the work schedule that she was working. So I'm just curious if these successful men are ready to have independent women as their wives. Norma, maybe they would be better suited with women who are not so career driven, women who are raised to believe their whole purpose in life is to be wives and to have children. That's the reason why they're unsuccessful with these slay queens and all these women that they've been dating in the past. Maybe they are looking at the wrong type of woman to settle down with. Because the life that Ubongani is envisioning for himself and his wife, with the toenails on the dashboard and all of that, it's giving Instagram couple, it's giving Instagram life, it's giving slay queen blesser life, which is unrealistic. Like for this show, I feel like if Besiras Ngempela with getting married and finding a wife being engakhuluma about the nice holes and all of that, ngoba akazi ukuthi bezothola umuntu onjani. So it's quite weird for me ukuthi he mentioned that. What if ngempela uthola umuntu owesifazane onganawo ama pretty toes? So is that all it takes for him to just say I'm out? So it says a lot about him. He likes the pretty girl aesthetic ngoba he's so used to dating a slay queen. So it makes me question his intentions about this marriage. Is he ready to commit to someone who doesn't look like what he wants? And what's funny i-type yakhe yona ayibona ukuthi imfanele, doesn't think he's a good looking man. I'm sure Uposha does have pretty toes, but is she going to allow you to kiss those toes? Is the question. If I say Ubongani nje mela ukuphupha bakithi ngoba he doesn't have too many options, ngoba if he did ngaba akekho kule show. So nje akaphinde nje ayithi vu le ndaba yama pretty toes bakithi ngoba nje uyambona nje ukuphosha nje ukuthi bezomtshela nje ukuthi hayibo sana, never. And then when it comes to uThemba nje ongxakile mina masithi he's gonna leave if this woman is not for him. But I feel like the reason he said that is because he wasn't sure he was gonna get a good looking woman. And the fact that Unelisa is this stunning lady, now he's all of a sudden in this marriage for the long haul. But Yena, on the other hand, is not a good looking man, guys. Let's be honest. Vele phela Unelisa uzo stroke her ego yakhe trying to, be this polite lady, but to be honest, he's not good looking himself. Yabo ngoba nayo uNelisa bengasho ukuthi ufuna indoda efiti. Yes, he's got the height, but he's not handsome, he's not fit. Yebo leon. So these men nje bayangixaka just because they have money. Shuthi nje bona they can have any type they want. Some women abanendaba when it comes to money. And uyambona nje uphosha ukuthi engamshiya noma inini if she feels ukuthi you know what akayibone bekezela for isikhathi eside. But Kesana, that is all I have for episode 1, season 2 of Married at First Sight in Mzansi. I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Please don't forget to comment down below. Please watch the ads and also subscribe. Bye guys.